Happy New Year, everyone. I know we're a little early. I hope you guys had a great holiday. I hope you're planning on being safe for the new year. Hope your resolutions will come true. Let me know what your resolutions are. Throw them down in the comments. I'm kind of curious. I want to work on myself, which is a normal resolution every year, but that seems to be an area where I always seem to think I can improve. So we're going to work forward and try to do it. Let's get into today's episode. 15%, episode 113. One of my favorites because of the ending that Mitch gives. The ending speech that Mitch gives, I find to be true. And I find that he delivers it beautifully, if I remember. I really enjoyed this episode. This was one of my favorites. And it was also a passing of the guard because Doug and John and Doug, this is the first episode where they were no longer on. This was my second prop master. They decided that after November, which is when we went down for the whole month of November, and then we're coming back to shoot, they took a job on True Blood. And so they moved on. I stayed behind, and Gayleen took over for an episode. So this episode would be my second prop master. And I'll stop at the part where she had some concerns. So we'll stop it there. But let's get into 15%. I remember a decent amount of it with the remote control. I remember the ending that I just loved. I think this is also the first time that we see Chaz Palminteri playing Jay's best friend. I really enjoyed this episode, so I hope you guys do too. But without further ado, let's get into 15%, shall we? All right, let's get this up. All right, let's find out what we got here.
Can people change? Well, that is a tough one, but I would say yes. People can change. That's what I believe, anyway. And I will till the day I die.
You do realize you're proving the exact opposite of your point.
See, she's changed. She used to be very supportive of me.
Shorty, Chaz Palminteri. What can you say? Wonderful actor, very gracious man. Was always nice to have him and later Jennifer Tilly both on set. They were just super nice people, very professional, very with it, and I have nothing but fond memories of them, to be truthful. They were a really great ad, and Chaz was a fantastic character. Shorty was great, and I'd love to see him. We always like to have them when they reoccurred, both him and Jennifer.
Oh, so handsome!
Thank you.
Manny, are you wearing aftershave?
Yes, for my date. This will be the first time she will ever smell me. Her name is Whitney. I met her in an online book club. We both like vampire fiction and the romance of eternal life.
I think it's adorable that Manny has
those earrings are
Even picked out
huge.
the lunch
Huge.
menu. Grilled cheese sandwich and tomato soup. Tomato soup because, the tomato soup is like the blood and the vampires like to eat the blood. And then he wants me to take them out for ice cream. Well, because Manny likes ice cream.
Oh, that must be her. If this goes well, you don't need to stick around.
All right, so this is Kristen Schaal. Kristen Schaal, who I am very excited about because I was a huge fan of Flight of the Conchords. Huge fan of Flight of the Conchords. Both their comedy, I went to see them, but also the TV show, which I thought they did a wonderful job with. And Kristen Schaal played the fan, the crazy quote-unquote fan of Flight of the Conchords, and she was brilliant. So I was very excited that Kristen Schaal was here on our our show because I was such a huge fan of her.
Hi, I'm
From that
Whitney. I'm here for Manny.
Graded.
See how that works?
Sorry, sweetie. Sorry, daddy.
Okay,
that's all
so
right.
here's the thing.
We were
Car seats in the middle. Car seats don't go in the middle. We want to be able to see our kids, so the car seats then therefore go into the middle. But they're not made to do that. Car seats are made to go on the left side or the right side. So and then underneath, in between where the seat comes down and the seat portion, you lock them in with these clips. That's what car seats do. So this was always a awful struggle to get the car seat in the middle of the car so the camera could see Lily, and safety so that she wouldn't go anywhere. And the seats are supposed to, you buckle them in and then safety it. So there was a lot of rigging that went and got involved with putting Lily in the center of this thing and making it safe for her to be there. And even more so if the car moved. If the car moved, then you were tying it. You were tying it down with ropes. Most of the time, no, not most of the time. I think all the time when a child was in the car, we were on a pull rig, which is a tow rig, which is a truck that then pulls the car behind it, so nobody was free driving it. But Doug did this. God bless him. Doug did this because he had kids, so he put in the car seats. But like I said, Doug left. And so this was probably the first time that I was forced to rig this up. Y'all, I'm not good with car seats. I'm just not. And so what would normally take a person, probably 10, 15 minutes, probably took me 25, maybe I'm exaggerating, 5 minutes to put this in for a normal person, probably took me 15 because I wanted to tie it down to make sure she was safe. It was my first time doing it, so I was, worried on set. I wanted to make it look good. You always check with the school teacher because she's the one that's kind of in charge. So I always ask Miss Sharon, "Hey, this is what we're doing. This is what it looks like," and she would then go with the parents, and we'd show the parents. But yeah, I remember this rig was complicated, and it took me far longer. And also that we all understand that car seats don't go in the middle. It'd be unsafe, and dangerous. But for television, that's where you put kids so you can see them.
Stupid is not following your heart and taking a chance on love.
What kind of 11-year-old talks like that?
Mommy's an old soul.
Here, here's my handkerchief.
I believe that silver tray that you see right there, stolen straight from Barkley. Yeah, I believe I needed the silver tray, and the only one I had was probably the one that we put in Barkley's hands. So you may see that recycled a lot. That is, I'm pretty sure with the dimples and everything, straight out of his
You see what I mean?
Barkley's gloved hands.
I'll just be alone for the rest of my life, and that's okay.
No, don't say that. In my country, there's a saying that means love is just around the corner. I come from a neighborhood with a lot of prostitutes.
That
Maybe
was
for
been,
you.
that
I
has
mean,
been
men
memed
must
a
throw
ton.
themselves at you every day.
They'll do the same for you if you just...
Just what? Put out?
No, just like the lipstick, the hair, push up bra,
What's it matter? I'm never gonna be as pretty as you.
Believe me, this takes a lot of work. You just need to find your inner beauty.
It's hiding beneath a mask of insecurity.
Okay, he's starting to freak me out.
Honey, go play.
So good.
Mitchell, how do these look to you?
like they're dying.
I know, right? I said something to the florist, and he said, "Oh, don't worry about it. They're going to come back." They're not coming back. They've crossed to the other side.
All right. Now, Doug was still here at this time because I remember. So Doug may have actually helped me put that car seat in to make it go a little bit easier. But Doug taught me a trick with flowers that I never knew. So how do you get to the flowers to look like that? Hot water. He put those flowers in hot water or very warm water, and that makes them sag. It makes them droop like that. And I was amazed. I had no idea. And if you put them then in cold water, it makes them come back. That's a prop trick. And there's a prop trick that I never knew before, but it's one of the things that you just learn on the job. You're like, really? But yeah, putting flowers, hot water made them droop. And then I was like, well, do we need more flowers for the next day? He's like, we have some, but we'll just put these in cold water and they'll turn right around. And sure enough.
You are a funny man.
Hi. You have such a nice family and a really beautiful house.
What is prop? What is wardrobe? What is hair and makeup? So all that stuff that's on the table, what would be set dressing? I don't think set dressing didn't have to provide anything for this. I think we provided a decent amount of it. But if it's going on an actor's face, then usually you'll go to hair and makeup and ask them what they use, and then they'll just give you what they normally use if it's going to be applied to them in the scene. That way it matches. The drop cape and the clip, I think I remember us, this fell through the cracks somehow. So I think that we thought that somebody that hair and makeup was providing it, they thought we were providing it. And so it was a scramble to get this busied up, to get what we had. I think we stole this piece here. So I think we stole this piece here off of somebody because I don't think we had it. So we probably stole that off of hair and makeup. We do have a flip crate of just hair and makeup stuff. So that's probably where we got the hair dryer, got the curling iron, things like that. But I'm sure that this may have come from hair and makeup along with the clip, because it doesn't remember. I don't remember having it in our kit anywhere. But I do remember there being a mix-up there of some sort, and we needed to run around and grab some.
Hey, Daddy, in the his house.
All right, so here is where consternation happened. So, when you are giving choices, like earlier in the episode, Claire had a remote in her hand, so you had to give choices as to the remote. You can either clear the remote and say, we're going to use a Logitech remote for this scene. However, if it is something that is going to be broken, then you absolutely have to go and get that cleared through Logitech, because they're not going to, if you're saying somebody's on the phone and then you're breaking the phone and it's an iPhone, you got to clear that through Apple, because nobody's going to want to see their product portrayed in a negative light. And so we had a Logitech that we were going to use. We chose not to use it because of this scene right here. So we used a different controller. And so when it came to breaking stuff, we just went out and grabbed parts. So we had parts on the floor to look like she smashed the remote. I threw the batteries down there. I threw the board down there, and then a few ancillary things. That screen right there is an LED screen. So we just used that ancillary thing. Well, Steve Levitan came in, looked at it, and said, it doesn't look like the remote. There's not enough parts there. I don't like it. I hate it. So fix it. When the executive producer tells you that he doesn't like something, you go and you fix it. So what I do, I grabbed the Logitech, I smashed it to bits, and I threw some of the Logitech parts down there too. Nothing that you could see, nothing that would identify that as a Logitech remote, but there certainly are pieces in there. But since we didn't use the Logitech earlier, it wasn't showing the Logitech in a bad light. But we did need more pieces. Well, Gayleen then saw that I smashed it, and I told her that I put it on the set, and she was like, well, we made a deal. They said under no circumstances could we show their product. And I was like, well, we didn't show their product. We only showed some of the pieces. So that was a miscommunication between us, because I didn't know that. But at the end of the day, what I'm trying to tell with this story is, when you're on the set and the the above the line people don't like something, it's your job to fix it, and it doesn't matter really how you fix it. Your job is to get it done, and that was one of the first things where I learned that smashing a $180 remote control was what we were going to do to get the shot. And like I said, I don't think I put too many of the pieces in, but I put some of the pieces in there to dirty it up more and make sure that our people were happy. And this was what it looked like, and that was the outcome. So, but yeah, I do remember that being an area of contention. That's a long camera take.
Why would you do that to a brand new, very expensive remote?
Because I lost my temper and it didn't work. Therefore, it's useless.
Well, honey, when it...
Florist. Hi, yes. Come on in. He's over there with the flowers.
Hello. I don't know what happened. They just somehow lost their vigor. They were like this when we came home.
Camp.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God!
All right, so that was a special effects guy. There was a rig in the flowers that had an igniter, and I can't remember if they added probably just a little bit of fluid, but then you set off camera. Special effects touches off the switch that clicks the igniter and lights up the flowers. And also they were there because I think, we'll see, but I think the water in the sink has to work, because I hate to break it to you, but there's no plumbing actually on real sets, with the exception of, I think it's very rare. There was I didn't watch it. There was a TV show that was, I think, on TV on TNT that shot at Warner Ranch, that had a full ranch house that was fully plumbed. Everything worked. It worked off of, I think, Burbank water. Was hooked in, so the toilets worked, the pool worked, the sinks worked, but it's insanely rare that you have a set built that has the plumbing that works in it. Like, insanely rare. As in, that's the only time I ever even remember that. I can't remember what it was, but Ellen Burstyn is Ellen Burstyn? I can't remember. She was actually on this show too, and I can't. Her name is escaping me at this point, but she was Ellen. I was on it. Barkin, sorry, Ellen Barkin, was on it. It was on TNT, but I can't remember. If you guys remember, put it down in the comments so I can remember what the name of the show was.
Look at that. Two things flaming at once.
Good joke.
Cameron!
Sorry for the popover, but I just wanted to bring you these to thank you for babysitting Lily again
All
last
right,
time.
so again, technically should be us. The flowers should be us, but in the vase. But I think maybe Doug, maybe Gayleen. I know it wasn't me. Wrapped the leaves around the bottom of the vase down here to give it just that extra little pizzazz, because that's not the vase itself. The vase is clear glass. And I was always so impressed with that. I was so impressed with just the sheer little details that you put in to make that look beautiful. Like, you could have just put the flowers in a vase and been fine. But wrapping like the bigger leaves, the banana leaves underneath that, and I can't tell you who did it. Maybe it was somebody on set deck that left it, or it might have been actually Claire. Claire could have done that as her own little touch. But look how beautiful that is. That just that little ad down at the bottom of the, like, I don't know, banana leaves or whatever leaf that is, to wrap around the bottom of the vase to make it look gorgeous. And I don't know why, but that always stuck out to me in this episode, and just in my mind.
Gracias. You didn't need to
People
do
going that extra mile to do
Lily.
great work.
Come in, say hello.
Hi, Cam.
Cameron, this is my new friend Whitney. Whitney, this is Cameron.
Hello, it's nice to meet you. That is a spectacular dress.
This whole thing.
What about her hair?
Yes,
Oh my gosh, it's like Barbara Streisand in The Way We Were. One of my favorites.
Me too.
Okay, who is reading The Forevers?
I am.
I am so obsessed with this whole vampire thing right now.
Me too. I just met the sweetest guy named Cameron.
Okay, So this is the only time, and I'll stand by this. This is the only time that we did a on the fly interview out in front of the. Actually, the way that's lit, I don't even think we were. No, we weren't. That's green screen. Like we had to green screened her in. We did this interview in front of a green screen. I know we didn't because we were never exterior of Jane Gloria's house at all. So we wouldn't have put her out there to do this. So we must have green screened this.
I think
Yeah,
might
you
be
can
the
tell
one.
the lighting's slightly off. Hugo did a
Can people
fantastic
change?
job, but
I don't know.
here's the
People
ending.
are
I
who
love
they
it.
are. Give or take, 15%. That's how much people can change if they really want to.
Oh, I see. I see. You know,
Yeah, thanks for going.
I just love it. I love this ending. I love that speech.
Sweetie, wake up.
I guess probably because I believe it.
I need you to teach me to use the TV.
Now, why can't Dad teach you?
Because we're married.
Because we're married.
Whether it's for themselves or for the people they love.
That way? Yeah. And then
I got it.
Yeah, 15%.
Another breaking
You know
away.
what? Sometimes that's just enough.
And that nice pull back by Jason. I don't know. I love that ending. Sometimes
All
that's
right, I'll
just
see you
enough.
guys next week, huh? All right.
JJ. Listen, I want to thank you for, helping me out with that jam,
It's nothing. It's nothing.
No, and I got you a little present.
You didn't have to do that.
No, I did. 2 tickets to see the great Michael Bublé. The guy sings like an angel. He's going to be outside at one of the amphitheaters.
Gloria's gonna love it.
No, I'm talking about you and me.
You and me?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, that's
Yeah,
a little,
I thought maybe we could have a little picnic since it's outside, I'll get some nice bottle of wine, a little cheese, lay out a nice blanket. All right?
Okay,
Yeah.
fine, yeah.
Yo, hey, I like your hair. Who does your hair? Huh? Yo, handsome. Who does your hair?
Oh, Chaz was so good. So good. And you just can't overstate it enough. Great guy, great role, great job. Like the tag. That's one of the first season. That ends up being one of my favorites. I really like that episode. So let me know what you guys think of it. I think you guys are probably going to agree with me, but if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Thanks for hanging out. I hope you all have a safe and happy new year. Stick to your resolutions. Stick to yourselves, and we will see each other afterwards and soon.